Let's see.
Oh boy.
Trying to read it through the card.
Right.
And I ripped it.
Uh-oh.
It's a fucking Penance.
Oh no! What do we got? What do we got?
Jim Carrey video message to Emma Stone.
Oh, I forgot to put this.
We got this bonus card, so
we get a little pre-roll.
We'll be reviewing that too, I guess. Alright. A reward.
Ooh!
I see what it is.
You see, I can't see.
And we are getting Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, the original!
The original Dumb and Dumber. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Penance or Reward. Ryan here, Matt here.
Hello.
For another lovely Jim Carrey movie. Today we had a bit of a double feature, so let's get started with our first movie of the night. The short film, Jim Carrey Sends a Message to Emma Stone. Now Matt, what was that about?
It basically is Jim Carrey makes a cringeworthy video where he tells Emma Stone how much he loves her.
This is a message for Emma Stone. I think you're all the way beautiful. And if I were a lot younger, I would marry you.
That video is like a minute and a half long, and
Yes.
it feels like 10 minutes. Because it's just so excruciating to get through. And it keeps getting worse.
Anyway, I just wanted to let you know how I felt. I think you're pretty special.
Now on to our real film of tonight. We watched Dumb and Dumber, 1994's Dumb and Dumber. Now, Matt, would you like to just give a brief summary of the plot?
Sure.
What happens in the movie?
Dumb and Dumber is about a couple of dumb guys who are best friends, and Harry, who's Lloyd, who's Jim Carrey's character, is a limo driver, and he drives a woman to the airport in Rhode Island, and he sees that she leaves a package behind in the airport, and so he decides he needs to reunite her with that package, but she gets on the flight. So then he and his best friend Harry drive across the country to Aspen,
Yes.
to return it to her, and hijinks ensue.
Now, Matt, was it a good movie? Did you like it?
I think it's a good movie overall, but I don't think it has aged terribly well, unfortunately.
It's one of the most quotable Jim Carrey movies, has some of the best moments with Jim Carrey that you remember, that you're like, this is Jim Carrey going wild.
Absolutely.
But it suffers with such a bad-paced second half.
Yeah.
It's such a mixed bag with it, because it could be a lot better.
Definitely.
I don't know. What movie I compared it to in my head a lot was Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Because it was like a series of bits, and that's kind of what Austin Powers was. At least for the first half of this movie. Do you have any standout scenes that you remember that you're like, this made me laugh, this is funny?
Certainly. Jim Carrey has a fantasy sequence.
Yeah.
Relatively early into the movie when they're first driving across the country that pretty much just takes the movie off the rails for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. The bit really goes through a whole roller coaster. It's like him with the girl, and then he just starts doing goofy stuff, and they're all loving it and enjoying it. And then they're at the restaurant, and the one waiter starts kissing her arm. So he fights that waiter and then fights off all the waiters. And then the chef comes out, and just Jim goes on this crazy,
It's truly the most off the rails I've seen Jim in any movie. Ace Ventura, The Mask, any of them.
And then the chef beats the crap out of him. And then Jim just rips his heart out.
I really enjoyed the parts when they're in the car after they pick up the fake hitchhiker, the guy's the hitman that pick him up, and
scene.
They do the most annoying sound in the world.
Well, first they're playing it tag with each other.
Yeah.
You're at Quincy's. Any Quincy's. You're at Quincy's. No, any Quincy's, no starts.
And Jim Carrey, you can see, if you watch it closely, you can very clearly see Jim comes up with the bit in the moment, and you can see Jeff Daniels he breaks, and then the camera cuts away right as he breaks. But Jim asks, "Hey, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?"
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
I also like when they're going to the fancy party and they're walking in the door and they're fighting like lightsabers
immediately, aggressively.
Like you hear
Clink, 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 clink.
you hear it off screen before they enter.
Ashley asks who's dumbest, and on a similar note, Jen asked who was dumb and who was dumber. So I think that those are like similar.
I remember seeing that question when I was looking through it, and I think Jeff Daniels is dumb, and I think Jim Carrey's dumber.
I agree. And I think the thing that makes Jim dumber is that he thinks he's smart.
Traded the van for it, straight up. I can get 70 miles to the gallon on this hog.
But Jeff Daniels agrees with him most of the time. Does that make him dumber than the dumber?
That is the question.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
Lots of improv scenes, like you mentioned.
The big gulp.
Oh yeah, he talks to the Big Gulp guys. That's definitely an improv scene that I've seen around where he comes out of the 7-Eleven and he sees two guys and he goes, "Big gulps, huh? Well, see ya."
Hey, guys. Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
They're just a bunch of extras that weren't supposed to talk in the scene.
The one like gives him a nod.
It's like so close because there's such good bits and such good jokes and
Yes.
memorable things, but it just doesn't make it across the finish line because the second half is slow and it's not paced well and the story isn't great. Like I compare it to something like a Bruce Almighty and a Yes Man world where it seems like each scene is kind of pushing it forward. There's still some funny parts in there. It doesn't have that same driving motion in each scene that some of those other movies later on do. And
I do think Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey's chemistry gives this movie a lot of points.
yeah, 100%.
Because their chemistry is undeniable. They bounce right off each other really well. Even when they're like fighting and stuff, you really believe that friendship.
Jen asked, would the movie be better if Jim Carrey played both parts, Parent Trap style?
I don't think so.
Why? Yeah. Oh no,
Because the thing that makes it work is their chemistry.
You're right.
And you don't get that when someone's playing against themselves.
That's fair. My immediate answer was yes, because
Because more Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey is good. But then again, a big part of the movie is their chemistry. So I'm gonna referendum my answer and say no.
Walk it back.
It's fine how it is. But what would a multiple Jim Carrey movie look like?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like that. I think that a movie with two Jim Carreys or even maybe more sounds amazing. But I don't think it would make Dumb and Dumber better.
Matt, final thoughts. What did you think of Dumb and Dumber?
It's an alright movie. Mm-hmm. Like it's definitely fun, but I would say second half maybe play a drinking game or something, or watch with like friends that you're like riffing on it the whole time. Yeah, it's okay. I'd probably give it a 6.5.
6.5.
Being generous.
Okay, fair. I'm in the same boat. Obviously, we've talked a lot about the pacing in this movie. Second half just lulls. A lot of the memorable scenes are from the first half, first 45 even. Could have been a half hour shorter.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't make it a half hour shorter. It would have been easy. I would give this movie a 5 out of 10, I think. It's definitely better in rose-tinted glasses looking back onto the movie than when watching it itself. Mm-hmm. All right, that's all I've got to say about it. I don't know about you.
That's about it for me, too.
All right, this has been Penance or Reward. Have a busy night, everybody.
Later.